Hi.
What's wrong with your eyelids today? Has someone thrown up over them?
No, I didn't use eyeshadow today.
You're funny. Should we start again?
Sure. If I can stop laughing. And 3, 2, 1.
Hello.
Hi.
So, while Sharon composes herself, after we are talking about the Six of Wands, and the first thing I want to say about the Six of Wands is that the Suit of Wands, in a sense, it does. I don't know. You go from the Four of Wands. Oh, yeah, lovely. You go from the Four, and then it completely changes for the Five, you know, shaking everything up. And then all of a sudden, it's like everything is kind of out rejoicing and wonderful again. There is a sort of kind of similarity between the Six and the Four. Yeah, but we've kind of, there's a Five there in between the two. And I'm just questioning what that is all about, really.
I know the suits don't really go along telling stories. I kind of wish they did, that they had some kind of progression through them. Of all of them, the Wands is the closest to it because 1, 2, 3, and 4. But then it just goes all up. They don't really have progression, but in my opinion, life doesn't always progress like a story either. It's all over the damn place.
Yeah.
You know? So,
but this Six of Wands is very kind of strong. It is very strong, and it's very kind of big achievement. It feels like
a big personal achievement. Where the Four was a group celebration, this is he's the center of attention in this one.
And very happy to be the center of attention as well. It's a very public card, isn't it? Is this the most on show card in the whole of the tarot, possibly?
Of the minor,
pardon?
Of the minor arcana, I would have to say yes.
Of the minors,
yeah,
and then probably the most kind of on show, even going with the court cards, it's going to be the Wands more than any of the others that really want to kind of be the public face.
Yeah, the others are kind of in the background. The Wands are the ones
they've got more subtlety, haven't they? The Wands are kind of like, you know, all over Facebook, all over social media. It's kind of do not kind of keep this hidden. Let everybody know. That's what this says to me, this Six of Wands.
It does.
You know, make a song and a dance out of it, you know, and rise above, you know, everybody else. Get everybody looking up to you.
And he's done it. He's certainly done it. I mean, he's up
Big
on
time.
That horse.
Yeah.
And some people, I mean, when I said this, like some people actually see that as up on his high horse, but up on his high horse means looking down his nose at you, to me, that I'm better than you, or, you know, you can't do anything I can do type of you can't touch this, right? But I don't get that feeling from him. I think he earned that position. That, you know,
maybe that's more in the reverse, that he's kind of like his confidence or his self-esteem has grown into arrogance, maybe on the reverse. I don't know,
it could be on the reverse, overinflated ego, but in this case I really do believe he's earned.
Absolutely. And I feel when somebody does achieve something, people should know about it. You know, it's recognition, isn't it? I mean, even when I worked for Tupperware, you know, it was kind of like we did recognition every Monday night or something at the group meeting. And if you sold a certain amount of Tupperware, you got recognized for it.
Yeah, and I think today's society really frowns down on recognition or even self-congratulation. If you work hard for something, you should be proud of it.
Yes.
And yeah, you should be able to say, you know, I did this, but
Yeah.
a lot of people nowadays see that as arrogance or comeuppance, I think the term is. And I
But do you
find that
not
sad.
think the people who are put a downer on other people's success, it's because they're insecure within themselves a lot of the time?
Um, I think a lot of the time, yes. A lot of the time, yes. Or people who are afraid to go out and do the stuff that this young man did to get that spot in that parade.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, sometimes people have to kind of like really push themselves to make these achievements. They have to kind of face their fears, you know, whatever that may be. You don't just get handed this. You have earned it. I feel that Six of Wands. You're not born in that position. I don't
No.
think. That's not what this card is saying. It's like you've achieved something. You've raised your game, and you should. I would say in the upright position, depending on the reading and the context. But you just should let people know about it. This is your moment. So enjoy it.
I think my military background really slants this card for me because I do see him as a military hero.
Okay.
I
Okay.
truly do often. I don't always read him like that, but looking at the card out of contents, I see those big parades that they used to have for our veterans, you know,
Okay.
that put
Yes.
their
Yes.
lives on the line or really went above and beyond in valor to save their platoons or thousands of people, and they don't seem to be celebrated anymore. You know what I mean?
Well, this is a really good point, because if you think of the number of people who are deserving of such kind of, you know, recognition every day, that are either too shy or too, I don't know, too nervous to kind of flaunt themselves like that, you know, that just get passed by, but they've done great things. And I
Yep.
kind of feel there's something else about this, but some people find it hard to take a compliment.
I think that's because it's societally ingrained in our heads that we're not supposed to have any pride in ourselves, or we're not supposed to um that we're supposed to be humble or have
Yeah.
humility. But I think humbleness and humility is a good thing, but when it borders on insecurity, that's when it
Yes.
gets dangerous, or when it becomes false humility, or you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know how to really explain that, but I think a healthy dose of humility is a great thing, but
Yes, I agree.
there's a point where it becomes unhealthy. And as a society as a whole, we have an unhealthy dose of it. And it's kind of been forced on us.
I mean, it's not showing in this card, but I think one of the signs of a low self-esteem is when people don't charge enough for their services.
Ooh, yeah,
And
yeah.
that is not showing in this card specifically, but I kind of like feel sometimes you see this card and you want to say to the person, you need to take a pride in how good you are. You need to raise yourself up above others. You're better than a lot of people at what it is you do, and you shouldn't be embarrassed to kind of put yourself out there at the level that you are on. And what you charge is a symbolic, it's an indication of that.
It
I
really
can I
is.
can see that in this card. that this
And
person has got the confidence to recognize their level.
yeah, yeah, he does. And like he's got all these people around him too, but this one does look unhappy. This one over in the far
Yes.
left, looking
Yeah.
up at him like, well, that should have been me.
Yeah, but you
But
can't please all the
you
people all the
can't please
time,
all the
can
people.
you?
Yeah. If you don't have trolls, you're not doing it right, right? One thing I love to point out here is sometimes I think this can mean you got lucky. And I don't mean lucky like you got, you were there for the you didn't earn that spot. But this is very, especially for the time it was drawn, this is like 19th century porn. It's very phallic. It's got the wreath
Oh, okay.
and
Okay.
the
So he's trying
wand.
to, right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So if someone were asking about a date, it'd be like, hey, shave your legs. You're getting lucky.
Yeah. No, it could mean that. Of course, it could mean that. Yeah.
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 So
I also kind of like think as well. I could be wrong here, but on the minors, is he the only minor, excluding the knights, that's on a horse?
I would have to look. I
It's
hate that.
terrible to not be sure of that.
I know. I hate not being sure of something because I can usually see all the cards in my head. You know
But
what I'm
I
gonna do?
often pick up on his horse, and I often tie it in with any court cards that show up in the readings. That happens with this card for me, and I'm trying to think now whether there are actually any other minor horses.
I'm cheating and looking at my board with all my cards on it.
Yes, please do.
He is the only minor aside from the knights
Yeah.
on a horse or
Yes.
any kind of beast.
Yes. So that to me, that there's a connection there with him and maybe the knights, with the journeying and the and whatever, the movement. He's still moving forward. I don't know.
And he could be a knight in training. Again, I see this very slanted in a wartime type of situation where he got some accolades and is celebrated. He could have been some nobody from a minor house or maybe even a peasant, but he showed such bravery that he was being given a squirehood or a knighthood even.
Yeah.
So somebody risen above the position that he was born to. So
yeah. I mean, you do get these people, don't you? That it's just in their nature to kind of achieve great things, and it's not because they were born lucky, but they were just born who they are, and they've gone with it.
Yeah, he definitely earned that. As far as the parade, he definitely earned that. And see, he's got the laurel on his head too, the leaves. So it's a big honor. That's a crown of kings.
Now,
And
what about in reverse?
mm,
I mean, I sort of mentioned that arrogance.
yeah, then it borders on arrogance, ego. Just
it could just be keep don't be too loud about your achievements. It could be advice saying just go and quietly do it without having to sort of broadcast it all to everybody.
right. I also could see that as somebody that takes the credit for somebody else's work.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that has come up. Wow, I think that was not too long ago where a young lady was asking about a promotion, and this card came up in reverse, and I asked who was on her team that kept taking the credit for her. And she was like, oh, I said, you can't tell her anything anymore. Don't tell her your ideas. Don't let
Yes,
her know what you're
exactly.
doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Keep, don't be too open with your, you know, successes.
Or what you're doing to take that success, because people will
Yeah.
go and do it and say it was their idea.
Yeah. Do you mind if I just show you the Housewives Tarot, because it's here? They're all gaping through the window.
I love that deck. It looks like the things are cleaning by themselves, like they're doing the work without being propelled.
Like the nosy neighbours. It really is a different sort of angle on this Six of Wands, but I just thought it just made me really, really laugh. I just wanted to sort of like share that. It's so funny.
We're gonna have to do that deck together.
Oh, definitely. We could, yeah, let's do that as the deck of the week, because the whole deck is so worth kind of going through. We've
The
both got
devil.
it. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
devil. Oh my God, the devil.
Yeah. Oh, the devil's just the best. It's fantastic. I've got another Six of Wands that I think, again, says something very, very different, but does it?
Let's see.
The World Unknown. I think that's beautiful.
Oh,
I had to kind of like bring it. I know I did a World Unknown the other day, but isn't that just gorgeous for the Six of Wands? Just kind of, while you have it, show it, you know? It's giving me the chills, actually.
me too. That is
You know, you might only get this opportunity for a very short amount of time to sort of reveal your beauty or your success or your achievement, whatever it is. Let the world see it, for goodness sake, you know.
that is beautiful. Okay, I might have to like the wild unknown. I've been resisting it for
I think
years.
it's got it. I definitely think it's got its beautiful sort of moments. I need to kind of work with it more, but this is one that sort of really stood out for me. I showed one the other day that I really, really liked.
That was beautiful
Yeah.
too. Yeah, the Three of Wands, but that Six
Yeah.
of Wands just
Yeah.
singing to me.
I could not resist showing that, you know, as I was going through. I thought, I've got to
My
give it.
little head is going with 50 million ideas for that one.
I know.
That one spoke to me hard.
Yes, yeah. It's lovely though when a card actually kind of gives you affects you physically and just makes you go, woo, you kind of
That
thing, you
one
know.
did it. That one
Yeah,
did
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And I've bought entire decks because of one card. I know you have too, haven't you?
It's really weird, but like having been in a West End musical for years, you know, like Les Mis, and this musical has been, oh God, what is it, 30 years or something? No, I don't know. I don't know. I was in it for a long time. But even when I was in it, the cast keeps changing. But the story remains the same and the costumes remain the same, blah, 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 blah. But different people do bring in their own little kind of like way of doing certain little moments and things. And it is a little bit like tarot decks. It's almost like variations on the Rider-Waite, this cast, that cast. And it would be to choose the definitive cast, because you think, well, I really kind of, you know, I don't think you could choose one cast that was absolutely perfect. You'd have to have this person who played it then, and that person that played it then, and and in that scene I really liked how that person did it, you know. And it's the same with these 78, really.
That's so funny you should say that, because I was telling Paul the other day, if only I could take one, like the perfect card from different decks, make them all the same size with the same backs.
Yes.
I'd have my perfect deck, because
yes.
I swear every deck I've ever gotten, there's at least one card where I'm like, nah.
Yeah, and you miss something about the image from another deck as well.
Yeah.
I mean, this is being great for me because I do have quite a lot of tarot decks. I'm not one of the extremists, but I might become one, and I just don't use them. And this is making me. This is absolutely making me do it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not going to file away my tarot affirmations.
No, don't put that away.
I was using those, and I don't know where that kind of like stopped along the way. And I think that's brilliant.
Yeah, they're beautiful. I need to look for them. In fact, remind me when we're done to look for them.
Yeah.
So, I want.
So yeah, the Six of Wands. Have you got any kind of particular Six of Wands stories?
No, not anything that jumps out at me.
No.
I know that he comes up often. There are certain cards that's like I never ever remember having seen that in a reading, and I've been reading since God was born, I swear. But
yeah,
I know he comes up often, but I don't remember anything that actually stands out. He's never been like the key winner. He's a great card. He's very, very positive.
He's really, really good. And I kind of like feel that if he comes up in conjunction with certain other cards, he's boosted up even greater.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, yes. Yeah. I don't remember him ever being kind of like the star of the show for me.
Yeah.
Even though he should be the star of the show. That's who he is the star of the show for that moment.
His 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, absolutely. So enjoy it. It's kind of like, take it while you've got it and enjoy it, I would say. If that comes up at the right place in a tarot reading, we could big him up. We should maybe big him up a little bit more if it warrants it, then maybe we do. Yeah,
because he's not victory in the sense that the Ace of Swords is.
No,
but he is a victorious moment, something well earned and something to be celebrated. So he's got a little bit in common with the Ace of Swords and the Four of Wands, but remember, he is his own unique situation.
Yeah. No, that's marvelous. Yeah. Oh well. So we will say goodbye for now to the Six of Wands, right? And look out for you again in a reading soon.
Bye.
Take care, Sharon. Bye for now.